everyone, it's Soldier17 here. Let me first like you watching on this picture, not paid video. Alright, okay. So, last night I was going to make the what if part 4, but no, I didn't because I was kind of studying a lot last night, and I did not take a test. I was going to take it today, but I may be doing splitting some wood, so I'm making this what if now, and my dad has to go somewhere, and I might have to come with him, so that's the reason why I'm making this what if now at 8:27 in the morning. And I know everyone keeps on asking for different parts of so Tuesday, Nomu Deku's coming out along with Psyche K. Hopefully. I don't have anything that I need to do to come up with, and I can wake up early. So, yeah. That's my plan, to get at least Nomu Deku out. Just to be like a short series. That's the reason why I made that what if too. So yeah, anyways, let's just get into this what if. Oh, I found out, just let me explain something real quick though. Izuku's going to need to get the holy water, basically. The water of life that he's gonna get from the demon tower. That's still gonna happen. That's gonna be happening. So, yeah. And the floors from the bottom, they skip in the book. I mean, in the manga. And I can remember almost 90% sure. I remember a lot of the manga since I was reading it last night. So, yeah. Anyways, let's get into this what if now, fully. So, yep. Alright, everyone. This is what if Deku had the solo level 1 system. Hard 4. Alright. So, Izuku was basically doing online, classes. He's basically, he's just getting everything done. Which a online teacher did, come up and he asked, and he has all the schoolwork for about a week worth of it, which they're like, why? He was like, there's something that came up and he has to go, do it. Family business. And he goes, alright, here you go. And Izuku finishes it in a matter of 2 hours, all of it. He turned it in, the teacher graded it, and he says, Izuku, this is amazing. Yes, see you in the next 2 weeks. See you in the next week. Sorry, I just woke up not too long ago, so yeah, I'm still trying to wake up. But yeah, so Izuku, goes, Izuku says bye to the teacher. Inko asks, why is he, getting everything done for a week? He goes, oh, because I'm going to go to the demon tower. I need to text Bakugo, Kirishima, Denki, and Mina about this, so that way if they text me, I won't be around. It's basically a Saturday, so I'll be back next Saturday. And she goes, alright, Izuku. So he does that. He texts Bakugo, Kirishima, Denki, Kaminari, and Mina. They all understand that he's going to be gone. Bakugo wants to meet up in person. So he goes, alright. So they do. They meet up in person, after, Izuku will do something. But, anyways, Izuku says, alright, I'll be there in the next next 20 minutes. Alright, he goes, alright. Meet you at my house, basically. So yeah, so Izuku, gets on everything and just going, tells his mom he's leaving. Yeah, so he leaves. On the way there, though, after going down the steps all the way to the street level, he looks at basically his crafting, see what he can do. And then when he notices that, he can craft a equipped item that can be, physically out, like here I knows he could. And then like one with that has a ring. And then a garment. You know how when it's like a poncho, but there's no hood. So yeah, so he goes, so something like that. He's like, okay, I can craft those. Save them. As basically he saves it. And then Izuku is also kind of looking at the skill Shadow Save, as it basically increases with the more his intelligence is. Which, wow, Izuku was like, huh. So that's pretty interesting. I didn't know that. I mean, that's something good because I need to put a lot more intelligence. As the last time he checked it for his Shadow Save, it was only at 30. Let's say because he's in the 200s now, it's about 100 he can save. And 100 he can summon. Which Izuku thinks, huh, that's pretty interesting. Pretty handy now. Cool. So, yeah, he just leaves. And, no, basically what I mean by he leaves, he's like leaving like his area to go to Bakugo's house a little more quicker. Sorry if I'm making no sense. My brain's not awake. Like I said, I'll wake up. I think more when the what if goes on. So yeah. But anyways, so he gets over to Bakugo's house. He rings the doorbell, and Mitsuki, says, when she opens up the door, she goes, "Hello." I mean, she's like stunned to see like who this person is. Like she doesn't know who it is at all. He goes like, "Aunt Mitsuki, it's me, Izuku." And she's like looking up and down, basically. And it's like, she's shocked, basically. She goes like, "Izuku, wow. How?" He goes, "Grow up." She goes, "Yeah, grow up." Come in, what are you here?" He goes, "Bakugo." Well, actually, Kanchan, so, she goes, "Alright." She screams out, Bakugo to come down here. Bakugo, comes down, goes, "Oi, deku, come on up." He's like, "Alright, sure." So he says, "It's good to see you again. He'll come by more often." She goes, "Alright." So yeah, so he goes up to Bakugo's room. And Bakugo tells him to sit down, sit down basically on his bed. So he does. Bakugo sits in his chair and he inhales for, just basically for dramatic effect, and then he exhales and basically just says, "Tell me where you're going. Don't give me this BS, crap. Tell me where you're legit going." He goes, Alright. I'm going to a place called the Demon Tower. And I'm going to try to get as far as I can in a week. So basically next Saturday, alright? He goes, "Alright." "Can you also tell me how the freak did you necromancy? Level it all the way up to the title Shadow Lord." He goes, "Okay, that explains it. I already looked up a bunch of RPG terms and names and titles and all that." And Izuku does laugh by this. He goes, "Yeah, same here. Sorry about the fan, fire's on, and it's in the morning." Oh yeah, I forgot to tell you guys something. I did change the title to the title that I said yesterday to The Traveler of the Grey Road instead of The Walker Between Roads. So yeah, just want to let you guys know that. Anyways, let's continue. Forgot to mention that. My apologies, but yeah. So he was like, "What's their title?" Well, it was Phantom Berserker Demon Slayer, but now it's Ghost of Berserker Demonic Slayer, which, well, it's actually a lot I could do with it. It actually allows me to use rapid fire pistols now, my bow and my arrows seems, well, it's like passive skills almost, but I mean, I have critical eye, concentration now. He basically is just explaining like the skill, like what he can, and yeah, he just tells him that. Then the shadow walking, shadow weapons, shadow slash, wrath, and iron skin. And Bakugo's okay. It makes a little sense. Anything else skills you got now? He goes, no. Okay, so basically you're a shadow lord, you can extract plus save shadows now. He was like, yeah. I didn't notice at the time, but as soon as I left probably the dungeon that gave me my job titles, I might have actually had more. But for some weird reason, I thought I could only like handle 5 of the basically put the boss out, like the boss Hiyaki, and its soldiers were only I could only take 5. Somehow the little system, I can only extract. I learned I can only extract as many as I want. So yeah. Anyways, Bakugo's like looking at him all serious, and he goes like, "So, what's the explosion magic you have?" He basically Izuku shows this goes still level 1. I'm gonna use it in the dungeon though, in the tower. I mean, I'm gonna use it in the the demon tower, and have some fun with it. Which Bakugo grins. He goes like, "All right, just don't get yourself killed. You stupid nerd." Hold on. Oh, sorry about that, everyone. That was my mom. She called. She's not home. She went over to my sister's. So yeah. Anyways, if I said correctly, he's at Bakugo's. He's gonna use an explosion. He's just about to leave. So yeah. Bakugo just says, "Just be careful." And he says, "I will." Don't worry, Don't worry, Kachan. It's gonna be too easy and fun. And he just leaves. Excuse me. Gates are not gonna be like randomly open. Just want to let you guys know that gates are only gonna open for like Pacific things, like story things in the in the solo leveling manga. That's the reason why. But I am gonna have him go through a lot of dungeons because I don't want like the heroes to catch him. So yeah. But anyways, so as Izuku leaves Bakugo's room, Bakugo's thinking of what he did at the USJ and how he fought Todoroki. Bakugo thinks if he can get infinitely stronger, just how powerful could he be? Like seriously, he can probably even take down All Might. Should have asked him what his level. And All Might is an S rank, so Izuku around this time is an S rank, but All Might is still like beyond Izuku's level. And well, what Sun Jin Woo will get in the basically, not Sun Jin, what Deku would get basically from like solo leveling, what that happens in it, he gets. But we're gonna cover the tower. So yeah, so Izuku has has a bag, and well, what happens is, he goes into the area where he activates the key as he turns it, and then he goes through the gate when no one's around. Well, the dungeon gate basically. So he goes right to the so as he enters, he remembers the fight with Cerberus. He goes like, I was basically around roughly maybe 80, right? Man, I have a bad memory on this. As Mirko just looks and goes like, really? You're twice as tough now as you were back then. He was like, yeah, true. Heck, I even got my daggers even stronger. Got stronger, gear now, such. Izuku does a double take on like his weapons, as for some reason he just notices the guns basically. Like he can level up to become like a rapid fire, but for some reason the daggers and guns are coming into like two to be one, as it basically has the current guns he has and the current daggers he has. And he goes, what the? As it basically he hits it as it reads pistol daggers. He goes, wait, huh? As he reads the description, guns that can transform into the daggers, into daggers. High damage and high piercing, rounds, along with slash and bleed and paralyze effect with the daggers that you have. You keep all the stats and effects of both daggers along with the pistols, if they have any. And so, these weapons are somewhat of the ultimate range and of close combat, tool and arsenal. As Mirko, is looking at this and she's like saying, Izuku, I don't know how that happened, but maybe this will work for you. As he does, he just says, alright, can I reverse it if I ever need to? As basically he goes back to like the upgrade, like level 1. As it's, it says like he could. So he was like, alright, let's do it then. So basically what happens is he, basically combines the pistol and the guns together. Both pistols and guns together. And basically, after they're done, he, grabs them both. As then he goes, okay, how do I... As in, like, there's like a little switch on the side, like where his thumb is, on both of the guns. As he hits it, then all of a sudden, they transform automatically into daggers. And he goes, huh. Like, it's like a quick, like, they do have, like, the daggers on them. But when he hits that button, there's like that, when he summons them, effect on them. But, it, like, changes to them. But they still also have, like, looks like a gun, like, have, like, a gun look to it now, too. So he was like, alright, that's good. As, he just puts them on the side of him. He's not putting them away. So, Mirko just says, alright, you ready? He goes, not yet. Gotta, summon the bow and sword. Well, he does. The bow and arrow. Plus he basically takes out like 2 arrows. And one of them's just a regular arrow, but the other one's a fire arrow. He goes, huh, I don't have to craft any of this. And then he takes out another arrow, and it's an ice arrow. He goes, do I have infinite freaking arrows? Because if so, then that'd be great. As, he basically looks at the pouch that holds them. And, there is like a little thing, as he can increase it, but it does say like infinite arrows of all types. So he doesn't have to craft them. So he goes, cool. So I have them automatically. But the arrows do consume mana for the ice and fire, so only about one piece of mana. Cool. So so that happens. He just after he has it all out, he just goes in. He opens up the door with the key, and it's just a long hallway. So he was like, alright, I said it's no monsters, so let's go in. As he goes into, he's walking through, Mirko just saying, what do you think's gonna happen? I know it's a demon tower, but are they gonna be really demons? What's the feel gonna, what's gonna be like? What's gonna happen? Izuku just kind of laughs. He goes you really are chatterbox when you're nervous, huh? And she goes, sorry. He goes, nah, it's no problem. So, yeah, that happens. And, he gets to the door, he goes, you ready to see what's behind behind door number 1? And she goes, really? He goes, what? Have a little joke. So, she goes, yeah, I'm ready. And he opens it, and they see the whole entire field of fire and city. As Izuku goes, wait, does this mean that the whole entire dungeon is like the whole entire city? That is freaking cool. I'm not gonna lie. I like dungeons. And so, Mika just says, Izuku, look, as he sees demons, as basically, well, he just kind of smiles. He goes like, I did need some horns, so maybe I can get some. As he takes out the daggers, both of the daggers, that basically transforms into his pistols now, as he just like turns them into pistols, and he goes like, let's see how much of a high piercing round can do to them, how much damage it could cause. And well, he has like, it can go, he just realized it can go the two ways. Fire one bullet at a time, or fire multiple bullets. He was like, awesome. This is now gonna be fun. And then he basically just starts running in and just start gunning down multiple like demons, basically using the rapid fire function. Like, it's like really faster now. Like, if I said it was like before, I did not check out the last time on the what if. And I know like the no move. I know that, but I think I did like give him like rapid fire gun. It's going to be rapid fire, but it's like it has reduced recoil, more speed on it. So yeah, that's why he can tell already. That's why he says it's gonna be fun. So yeah, so he just starts gunning down, and well, then he changes the back into the daggers, and then he just starts hacking and slashing right through all of them, killing a lot of demons in a matter of minutes. Heck, he just then even like puts them to the side and grabs out his sword and just slices right through most of them. With that then, and by the 30-minute mark, he's already done. He just says, I wonder if this is gonna really take up that much time. Maybe not, I won't even need a week. Alright, let's keep going. As then he goes up to floor 2. Same thing happens. A lot of easy, time. It wasn't shown in the manga, so it just shows like floor 1, floor 2, floor 3, basically like that. So and then like a big jump skip to it. So yeah. So basically, Izuku, does floor 2, floor 3, and then basically jump skip all the way to floor 24. And this is when he kills one demon left with his dagger, and then he has Dominator Touch, raised level 2, as he also just knows finally, was like, wait a minute, there's an XP bar. Cool, finally, I know how much XP I can gain now, and how much XP I'm gonna need. Alright, this is gonna be pretty simple. So basically, he kills a little bit more demons, goes up to the next floor, and it's like 20, he goes all the way to level 5. That's why I think I remember him being when he faces the boss demon. Yeah, so basically, I don't know his name. All I know is I wrote down the stuff that they got, what he gets from the demon. And yeah, that's what I'm just saying. I wrote it down. So basically, Izuku sees this big giant boss demon with a lot of other demons, with basically demons, and he just knows about the ranking. So basically, he thinks to himself, so the ranking goes up to this, C, D, E, C, D, base now it goes E, C, E, D, C, B, A, and S. But he busts along with the high and the low, C rank, A rank, all that. Basically, that's he thinks that the demons have been going pretty easy, but the more he's been going up, the more time he's been taking. And in the real world, it's been about half of a week. Basically I went to like, he started Saturday, so Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. Like 3 to 4 days. Almost 4 days now. As, Inko's just been not feeling so good. And, well, she went to the hospital. She gets to the hospital, they do tests. And, well, Inko found out the sad news. She's she has cancer. Which there are like some treatments that can help her, but it just wound it up. And she does say like some people in her family did have had cancer before, so but she didn't think she'll get it, which the doctor says no one ever does. Just know that it's may take a lot. Tell your basically son or whoever in your family, whoever you know, and just spend as much time as you can. We'll figure out a treatment in a month. I mean, we'll try to figure out some like treatments, because we haven't like seen this one. Well, this is kind of like a new, like, basically, I'm trying to think of one that's actually not like she can try to get treatment for. Well, all of them you can. So, let's say like lung cancer. No. Kidney. Yeah, kidney cancer. I think there's one. So the doctors wants that to try to figure out a treatment, how to cure, because there are different ways of going about it, but sometimes those ways are like heavy, very, heavy doses of radiation, a lot of like physical willpower and such. So he wants to make sure that she's ready and that she can tell people and spend some time and like come back. So yeah. So Izuku, so basically we'll go back to Izuku. As Izuku basically made up a plan. And then he just says, you know what, freak this. He just summons out like all like his shadows that he can. Plus the ones that he had saved. And he just says, alright. Come on guys, we got some work to do. As he has fire, mages to shoot fireballs, and then Izuku just dashes towards them along with Igris, his bear, which is going to be called Tank, and then even but the leader of the Ice Elves, the Hyaki, Baruka, he jumped his name and such. As well, Izuku basically, with them along with low level ones, are going after these elite, demons. Elite, probably, if I remember correctly, it was probably maybe B to C rank. Or A rank. Yeah, let's just say it was like near A, like low A rank demons. Izuku and everyone basically just taking them out. Then like all of a sudden the boss demon disappears right when Izuku looks, and he says, "Okay, that big guy joined the fight. Where did he go? Where the freak did he go?" Mika says, "Izuku, look out!" As then he sees, he goes like, "Oh, big guy can move fast. Big guy can move fast." As he just dodges it, and basically he takes out an arrow, and it's basically an ice arrow, and just says, "Hey, big guy, eat this!" As he just shoots the arrow into the demon's freaking eye, and it does get staggered, move by him. As Izuku just says, "Alright, that's my now this," is basically he just takes out the freaking pistols and just start loading bullets into him. It is piercing him, It's high piercing rapid fire rounds, so they're going right through it. Because of that, I think Izuku could have a little more easier time with this team than Sun Jin Woo. But his forces are taking them down, and well, Izuku just like isn't realizing something. Like some of them are like level 2s, 16, like no level 2s, like 3s. He was like, so wait, they level up themselves and get stronger. Cool. Not have to do much. So yeah, so Izuku basically realized that and he thinks maybe I should have them go out and kill demons on their own. All right. And well, he basically what he does is he gets out he changed his sword. He basically puts the pistols back in the holster, gets out the sword and just runs up to the boss demon. And right when he gets up close, the demon can see him, and he sees the blue eyes and the hair. And he goes, "Sorry about this." And then Shadow Slash that's on fire just cuts right through, just basically cuts the demon, leaving a trail, a little mark on the body that goes right through him, and instant kills him. I mean, he's up close, and plus, it depends on his strength, really. Yeah, it depends on his strength. So that's mostly it too. And he one-shot the demon because of the bolts did do a lot of damage. So yeah. Oh yeah, I forgot. I will have to pause it now because I gotta take care of the fire. All right, so basically, Izuku, killed it. But Igris and Barak, come in and do slice off the arms, just for safe measure, and a bear just comes in ramming the body into a wall. As well, Igris does have the heads of many some demons with him, and then he basically, after he did that to the demon, he just comes over, places them right at Izuku's feet, and kneels to him. Izuku goes you didn't have to do that, but hey, I'm not gonna stop you from doing what you do. You do good, Igris, and you too, Barak, and you're a bear, and there came from name with you. Tank. We're calling you Tank. As, name was changed to Tank. You're like, yes. So, yeah. So, Izuku does get some items. Basically, I don't know if he has them always on. But let's just say that even though Izuku's can keep multiple items on him at all times. Oh wait, no, that wouldn't work. Yeah, different items will have to give him different things, but basically he gets these items. He gets the demonic monarch's earring, a ingredient, the wood tree fragment, and the orb adversary. I do not know if I said that right, but basically, the demon mark earrings give him 20 plus strength and 20 plus vitality. So, if we do a little bit of calculations that we have to do. Hold on. So his strength staff is his strength stat is level 269, and vitality is 272. All right. Still don't know what OP is because it hasn't, gotten anything in our explanation yet. I'm waiting further down the line for that. But basically, Izuku says ingredient. What the heck? Alright, whatever. Hold on. My dad just woke up. So, yeah. If I cut this video short, I will have to. My apologies, but upload it too. Then, but anyways, so yeah. Then like the orb of adversity, he was like, huh. So this can increase my magical damage. I wonder if I can, as he does say he doesn't seem like he can like give to other ones, but he goes test it out. So he gives it to basically a mage. And he goes, all right, fire. As he points to a building as it does fire magic, and it is extremely damaging. And he goes like, nice, really nice. Hold on, I forgot my dad likes to listen to music. I always forget that. All right, so as Izuku, sorry about that, but if you guys heard music, don't own none of that. Anyways, so it's basically what happens. Izuku sees the master destruction. He goes, "Oh, we are definitely keeping that thing. We are definitely keeping that." So and then he goes on, and we're going to do a little skip to where I say like this is like he goes through the multiple levels, killing multiple demons, and there's like 1,000 souls he has to get. I forgot to mention that. Crap! I've just remembered it. He got a little icon for a quest to get 1,000 souls. Well, 10,000. So that's what he's been doing, demon souls. And well, he keeps on getting XP for it, but I'm gonna tell you how much XP he got at the end of it, how many times he has leveled up. So anyways, Izuku. We're going like outside. Like Inko has told Mitsuki and Bakugo, which they're upset, and they try to spend as much time as they can with her. And well, Mitsuki's the one who's most heartbroken. Inko doesn't know how to tell Izuku. Neither is Bakugo, Mitsuki, or her husband. Basically, they're like all basically care for each other. So yeah. Also forgot to mention, this is like during the freaking second week of like they're like 2 weeks. Nah, there's like one more week, but UA got 2 weeks off, class 1A for the sports festival. So yeah, so basically that's like around like the first week of being officially off. When the whole entire attack happened, it was like a Friday, almost a Friday. So like, well, we're gonna give you like these 2 extra days off and be like, you get done the 2 weeks off. Don't worry, your guys good. So yeah. So there's been this touch time. Bakugo does know where Deku is, so Mitsuki doesn't. Inko knows too. He did explain about the tower, so that's where he thinks. He just says he's going back to the tower. She understood what he meant, so yeah. But anyways, they're just like going out shopping, having a good time, just spending time, just making more memories. Which, Inko's happy. And the only thing she wants is Izuku to be, well, okay. So that's it. And so Izuku basically, or Deku, basically, if we're going back to him, he's gone through the floors, multiple levels really quickly. He decided to use his shadows instead, as he does gain their experience, like every one of them killing. He does gain the experience of them, and well, he has. They have gained quite a few levels, and so after he gets to 475. What happens is like there's like a whole entire undead army just there, as a lich is commanding them, as Izuku just says, Igris, Barak. Sorry about that, but and tank, clear path. As like all of a sudden, like all the shadows are going after like the enemies and such, and they're like tearing right through them. As Izuku just looks at the guy, he goes, "Surprised, huh? They expect someone like me and my friends to ever do something like this to you." As the lich, looks at him and goes like, "I wonder, do monsters ever feel fear?" As Izuku then just dashes right towards the guy, with both daggers in hand, just cutting right through him into pieces. And, well, in a matter of seconds, it was all done. Nothing happened, like, after that. And, well, Izuku gains a new necklace. He gains the demonic monarch necklace, along with the holy water of life and the spirit water of the Econ forest. Basically, the holy water of life is basically the scroll to make it. So yeah. Wait. No, he doesn't get that. That's later. I actually spoiled it, but anyways. Wait, did I? Yeah, I did. Hold on. Yeah, I did spoil it. Sorry, guys, but he does get the spirit water, and he also gets the demonic monarch necklace, which gives him 20 plus agility and 20 plus intel. So he still keeps the agility, but I will have to basically minus the 20 cents, since I don't think he can keep the both like 2 necklaces on, so I think it's gonna be 1. So that's what he's gonna have. So he's switching out the warden's necklace to have this demon monarch necklace. So as soon as he puts it on, he does see that there is a, well, basically a set with it, as he's thinking, I need 1 more set, and then I'll be basically okay with, like, I'll have like a set bonus, like, basically the set that how when you have in like RPGs, there's like a set bonus it has, or just having it. So yeah, that's what Izuku, what we get basically from it. So I'm just doing all this. So, oh, I did the wrong thing. But so he puts on the necklace, and he also thinks that how much will it be, like how much stats will it be and such would increase, and he just says, "What? It doesn't matter no more." I reached my goal. I defeated. I got to like basically the quest done too. So it's 10,001 demon souls that he has. As it says, "Would you like to accept completing the request item?" As Izuku says, "Sure, I'd like to." As then what happens is, he can like, I mean, he says accept them, but he can choose like an item. As in, he just thinks, he just trying to think of weapons. He can just buy them pretty easily instead of getting one for free and everything else. But hold on, never mind. I thought my dad was gonna be coming out. It's hard to tell when you hear footsteps. But but instead of choosing the blessed random box, he chooses the cursed magic box. Is one item, the blessed magic box is the one item that you want, and the cursed magic box is the item that you need. And so Izuku chooses it, as then suddenly appears two keys, one with unknown, and then the other one just says, hold on, sorry about that, everyone, but anyways, as Izuku just sees the second key, like I was saying, it says the Kingdom of Camelot. And he goes, wait, the freak? You mean King Arthur, the legendary Excalibur, the Sword in the Stone, I can get. Yo, man, this is gonna be awesome now. Which, well, this is how I would have done it, so I put my own like input into it. But which this might be like an S rank item. Izuku doesn't know. That's why he's excited to see. Which Mika just asked about. What's so exciting about going to a place called Camelot? And he was like, okay, so he explains Excalibur and King Arthur and Camelot, the stories of it, and he wants to know if it's actually true. So he can't wait. And Mika's now excited too. She goes, all right, then let's go after we get this. As in, I think it was the next thing was a 20 plus bonus. A bonus plus 20 points or stats. I have to check something. Alright, so it is 20 plus bonus. I figured out. I did not put them in, but I'm gonna add that on to. No, I'm gonna add them right now. I just want to let you guys know I found it. So yeah, I'm gonna do all the stats. I'll be right back. Alright, sorry. My dad came down and he made breakfast. I ate, but anyways, I did that. I added the 20 to it, to the stats. Then he leveled up 16 times, and I already added that to it. So his level is 129. His strength is 105. His agility is 146. His sense is 263. His his vitality is 368 because of the bonus. Because not the bonus, the items, equipment. Then his intel is 272. Alright. So, since we all know that, the points he got is 119. So yeah. So since we got that all out of the way, Izuku, then says, cool, that's a lot more now than I would have gone with my points. Then he gets a bonus item. A scroll called the holy water. Yeah, the holy water of life. Which he sees it, has ingredients, and he has the water and the tree, and it's like, huh. So I was right. I do have to craft something. As he reads it, it says it can cure any disease. As it goes, what the? Alright. Huh. So, he goes like, that kind of is handy. And then, he basically is looking at the keys, though, in his left hand. And he goes like, so the Camelot key. I'm gonna try that when I have free time. And then, he looks at the one that has, no name on it and, no stat, no anything, description. He goes like, says something I need, so I guess I'll need it in the future. As he puts the 2 keys in his inventory. And then, he's about to leave the castle, the tower. But just then, something appears. Another screen. But it says, hold on. Alright, I thought that was my dad, coming out to say something to me. Right, but he says, bonus quest available. He goes, what the? Defeat that axe and basically the axe and shield demon that's coming now. It's in front of you. As then he looks up, something's coming out of the gate. A demon with basically a shield and an axe, and helmet, basically with horns coming out of it, along with armor that you can see the demon's face. It looks like a human. and then basically demons armor covered in silver and bronze. As the demon, comes up to Sun Jin Woo, and not Sun Jin Woo. Sorry, I'm thinking of Solo Leveling. Sorry, I thought of that. Like that would be cool if that happened in that scene. When I reread it, so as the demon comes up to Izuku, and he goes, "I'm here to fight you, human, and you will die by my hands." Izuku just looks at him and goes like, "All right, let's see then." And so, like, the demon tries to strike Izuku down. He basically dodges it, summons up, and he says, "Egress." Izuku just comes out with sword, and with his sword, just trying to hit this demon with his shield as he blocks it. Izuku comes over and does a vile strike, plus a vile strike into the ribs of the demon, which his hand, even though his strength is in the 300, it does hit him and hurts him. But the guy's defense is too much, but then he activates taunt. Egress gets taunt. Izuku is not affected by it. He goes, "What the? That's like a tank." Wait a minute. Does that mean if it has the same abilities as basically as an RPG character, would have as a tank class, then that means I may be able to turn him. And so Egress is just going in really quick and plus basically he can already tell the demon's having trouble. And so Izuku just runs over, uses basically he brings out the ice and fire arrow. He has them both lined up towards the demon. As then he tells Egress, "Get out of the way!" As Egress jumps, Izuku unleashes the arrows. But unbeknownst to him, because you had concentration and eagle eye, it doesn't take. I'm making it not take as much. Like he can use it more than once. But since he's been using it to kill a lot of demons with with the guns, the eagle eye is always on whenever he is about to shoot, along with the concentration. So they level up to 2 as soon as he's doing it. They leveled up to level 2. As some reason, the black smoke, something like the black, his shadow, there's black going around him. He doesn't even notice. As in when he shoots them, for some real reason, he never. He says, "Okay, that's weird. Why is pieces of shadow around them?" But it's when they start to when they're going through the air, it starts to spin, and then create something as it turns into the head of a dragon, just going right towards the demon. As he just puts his shield right in front of him. As when the arrow hit it goes, because the shadow's making them spin. It's just it's acting like a drill, and the dragon's head that demon seeing it, it's he's just holding it, but he's sliding. As then he says, "I can do this. I can." The arrows do pierce right through into him, and blows up within him. Well, not blow up, but they just pierce right through with fire and ice, and he's just dead. Izuku thinks, that was weird. And then he looks over. He sees his the stat, his skill, critical eye. Eagle eye and concentration grew to level 2. When Izuku is basing now, he can hit people's weak spots with eagle eye and with concentration. When he's in too much of a focused state, his basically attacks will have the pieces of shadow come on around it and change it into something else. And he goes, "So that's what it was. Alright." So then he goes over to the demon. He says, "Thanks, Icarus. Let's see if we can have a new person to our ranks." As then he says, "Oh wait, I did want to change it because someone did say it. I will look for it, but if the recording stops, then I'll make a part 4. And this would be 1 out of 2. So yeah, hold on. All right, no, he just says come forth, and basically the demon, he's thinking, okay, it's not gonna work because I kind of tried it on a couple of them during my second, and then on the second floor and third. As then all of a sudden the shadow, the shadows are, getting basically the demon on his side. As yes, he says, elite. It's an elite, basically, as he goes, huh, why was I able to do this one and not anyone else? He goes, your name's Iron. I don't care, just your name's Iron. And, name Iron. And he's just thinking, and Mirko says, that is weird, but hey, at least, we maybe get a bonus item, as in, basically, Izuku looks, and he does get a bonus item. It's basically I was gonna say, it's more like an item that will enhance, like, it's a material item that will enhance a weapon to its maximum. And so, yeah, Izuku was saying, alright, I'll save this. This was pretty useful. So, yeah. So he goes. Someone's sucking my teeth. Sorry. Anyways, someone did say about part of Berserk, instead of like Berserk, it's Berserkian. They said like demonic Berserkian Slayer. I had to keep Phantom in the name, so sorry, but it's gonna be still Ghost Berserkian now, demonic Slayer. Alright. So yeah. Anyways, as that happens, the shadow goes back to Izuku, and he currently has a lot of points to have 120 shadows he can have in his army, and the same amount to save. So he thinks, maybe I should, get some more now. I'm not even near 100 yet. So, alright, let's do this. As he leaves, though, he leaves the tower because he has to go back. It's probably a week now, he thinks. He leveled up 16 times. He's good. So, yeah. Anyways, Izuku, leaves the tower. He goes home. Inko's there, and he says, hi, Mom, what's up? She's happy to see him, and she basically, though, doesn't want to teach. She doesn't know how to tell him. So she says, I'm doing good, and Izuku his sensibility does activate, but he also has a gut feeling because his mom had this little thing where she lied. She always made this little weird, thing for her eyebrow. It kind of twitched. And he goes, Mom, you're lying. What's wrong? She goes, it's nothing, honey, as it happens again. And he goes, Mom. She goes, alright, I have kidney cancer. And he goes, what? And she goes, I found out. Didn't know, it doesn't happen much in my family, but there have been a few times where it happens. But I'm gonna fight it. The doctor's just trying to figure out a plan, and, well, we're gonna figure it out. And Izuku just realizes the holy water of life, it can cure any disease. And he just thinks to himself, that will work. Alright, I should. And he goes, he just started to think, but he's just saying, I'm too tired, I haven't slept. Maybe a week. I just kept on going. He says, Mom, I'm gonna go take a nap. We'll talk about this more later in the morning. She goes, alright. And he says, I'm not upset, I'm upset. I'm not upset with you or anything that happens, but I'm just tired because I've been up for like a week straight just killing demons in the tower. I got up to floor 75, so yeah. But I think there is something that can help you. She goes, wait, what? He goes, yeah. So I'm gonna do it as soon as I take a nap, or as soon as I can get some stuff prepared, because there've been a lot of fire enemies, and I may have to go into the floor just to grind for some items. So that's what's gonna happen. She goes, okay. You sure you think you know? He goes, Mom, I know something that can help. Don't worry. So Izuku goes in. He basically has his bag. He basically drops it on the floor after he closes his door. He goes onto his bed, and he just like sulks. Pretend like you're in like if you're in like an anime, like you're watching an anime where the character just does that with his hands like together, and his head is just in them, and like he's just like the most devastating thing has ever happened to him in his life. It's like that. Like he looks like he's dead almost, but he has still hope. Mika just says, Izuku, I'm sorry. He goes like, thanks, but I'm just tired. I need to go to bed. Just, alright, I'll see you when you wake up. We'll talk more. Just, yeah, thanks. He goes to sleep. And he sleeps. It was like 12 something in the it was like 12 something in the afternoon. He tested Bakugo and everyone, Kirishima, Denki, Mina, Camelot, Bakugo, Kirishima, Denki, and Mina. He just told them that he's bad, but he's tired. He hasn't slept in about a week. Would Bakugo understand, but the other guys didn't. They say, Kirishima said, bro, you need to sleep. Then he says, yeah, you need to sleep, man. Even Mina says, why? He goes, had trouble sleeping. You have too much excitement. So, he made up some lie. So, he's just sleeping. He sleeps for the next 12 hours. Well, no, he sleeps all the way to the next morning. That's how tired he was. And so, he gets up. He kind of sees. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention. He didn't do his daily quest because when he went in there, he was doing the running, and it was like canceled out. But so, he gets up, he does his daily quest, he gets, plus 3 points, and no level up. So, so he gets around, so it was 119, 20, 22 added to it. So yeah. Izuku, then like he goes over, he's talking to Mika, his mom is there. He goes over to talk to her, just tell him what he knows, whatever he found, what he has actually. She understands, and the doctors, called up, and they say they have a plan for her, but which Izuku said which he talked to the doctor too, and he says I'm gonna find something. Just in the meantime, tell my mom the plan and stuff. And he goes, what do you find? He was like, it's gonna take some time for me to find it, but I'm gonna do it. Just give me about like the next couple. Just give me about like some time. I have to do some stuff. So Izuku, does his schoolwork. He finished it up for the next 3 weeks, cause he's not messing around no more. Which the teacher's going like, Izuku, he was like, yeah, there's something happened, and it's gonna probably take me 3 weeks. He was like, what happened? He told the situation, and he understands. So yeah, they just let him do it, and he gets around an A, not an A plus like he did last time, but an A. And they said, all right, you have 3 weeks off. Enjoy your little vacation. And he says thanks. So Izuku knows, say to his mom, he's going to go to the bank and like transfer some money in because he has like a lot of money, like extremely a lot. So from the amount of money Sun Jin Woo had, I'm saying like Izuku had maybe a little bit more than him because I did not make him spend it, make him transfer it. Plus he does get like some money from doing some find monsters sometimes. So yeah. So basically though, Izuku goes to the bank, and then he basically puts in some money. Let's say 20,000 yen. 20. 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 yen into the bank, which that was a big lot. Which they wonder how he got, which he did have that much. He just says he saves up. You know, he was able to before he gets in the bank, he basically turned to an alleyway and make it as cash. Like he just asked to money transfer. I mean, the coin to transfer, and he put that out, and it got into his hand. So yeah, Mika is after she asks, "Is that alright?" Just yeah, I'm probably gonna have to pay for my mom hospital bill if this doesn't work. So I'm gonna be doing everything I can just to make sure she can live, and Mika understands. So so Izuku and Inko, prepare just in case if the potion doesn't work. Well, the healing item does not work on her. So, they look up stuff for the next 2 days. I mean, they look up stuff for a day, and then on the second day, while Izuku and Inko are shopping, something happens. A gate opens up, which Mika wasn't really focusing on, or she didn't recognize the signal because she was focusing on Inko and helping out, them, which to everyone else she looks like a real person, but that's why she wants to, but she is just like a hologram. She can touch Izuku, but he can't touch her and all that or something. I remember saying something like that. It's hard to remember. I'm still not fully awake, even though I sound like it. But anyways, let's continue because I want to get to the best scene, the meeting of someone. Yes. So yeah. So basically, Izuku, and Mika finally sensed it after about an hour, because they even saw it on the news, as they see about two S rank heroes, plus some couple of 12 rank A heroes and 10 B rank heroes are about to go into the gate, which Izuku says, "You idiots!" And they ask, the news reporter asks, Mr. Endeavor, why is it that Razorhead and Mirko are going in along with hunters? And basically Endeavor says, "It's because of Solo. We cannot rely on someone to use his quirk to go into these gates and risk his life when we're supposed to do our job. And so we are the ones who are going to protect the people instead of him. It is our job. But quite frankly, I consider him more qualified for this than us. If he is right, then we're only going to be putting up a fight that will be pointless. So Solo, if you're watching this, please hurry up, because lives are on the line then." As Izuku looks at his mom and she goes, "We're not that far away from home, sweetie. Go protect them. Be the hero that you are." As Izuku nods, he goes, "Just get home." As in, no. Next thing you know, he basically has one of his shadows, he says, "Protect my mom, alright? And help her out if she needs anything." And which the shadow does not, and goes into Inko's shadow. And she goes, "Thank you, sweetie." He was like, "No problem. If anything happens, this guy's pretty much strong enough to take on anyone. Because no one's basically a, well, can you match up to him besides probably A rank heroes and maybe S ranks." So she goes, "Alright." So Izuku just runs into an aisleway, changes into the Solo gear, just jumps up onto a wall, jumps, and just starts, when he lands on the rooftop, he just starts sprinting across the buildings. And I'm doing, as soon as I find out when Sanjiru increases his, basically, when he increases his skills, I do that. That's why I'm doing it, but, because it's kind of like the same thing. Izuku doesn't he has to use it multiple times, but not that I'm doing it. But yeah, by the way, also with the guns and the bow and arrows, he doesn't have the mass the what the sword I gave and the dagger's advanced movement, because there really isn't much advancement to it. It gets better the more he upgrades the gun. So yeah. So anyways, back to it. Izuku's basically traveling across rooftops, and he's just going like really fast. So like because his agility is so high, it doesn't take him that long. It takes him about like 10 minutes roughly. And hold on. So yeah, so when he gets there, he gets on top of a rooftop. Endeavor sees him, but he just jumps, does a front flip, and lands perfectly. And it's on the news. They're saying, "Oh my God, it's zero. It's solo." He basically, news reporters are going. They're just walking past them. He's not even caring. He goes, "Endeavor, how long have they been in there?" He goes, 10, 20 minutes roughly, maybe even 25. He goes, "They're idiots. These gates are like dungeons. They don't know what they're even getting themselves into." Izuku basically like goes near the gate, and he can already sense something really bad. He goes like, "Get some people ready for body bags." He goes, "What?" He goes, "Why?" He goes, "They're probably some already dead." Endeavor understands, and he goes, "All right, just bring them back safely." He goes like, "I will." And so Izuku basically goes into the gate, and then just immediately sprints right through it. And by the time Izuku gets to them, he finds them. He can already see one about to die, as he just used Dominator Touch, and grips like the freaking one of these monsters like heads off. Which everyone, like all the orcs are seeing. Well, you know who they are, the high orcs. Yeah, it's about to be this fight. So Izuku basically just looking at all the heroes and just telling, he basically just moved his head to the side, as everyone does move besides Mirko and Razorhead. And basically Razor says, "What are these guys' quirks?" And he goes, "These are monsters, they don't have quirks. Your quirks are basically useless to them." And Razorhead, "Mirko, your physical strength is probably good, but I can already tell. your leg is broken. You almost got even killed by one of them." As Mirko, kind of gets angry, he goes, "So what if I did? We're supposed to be the heroes that are supposed to be defeat these creatures, not you." As he just looks and he just summons out a weapon. Basically, it's the dagger that can switch into, the gun. As he just says, "Really?" He just shoots one bullet, goes right through one of the guy's heads, like one of the high orcs' heads, and he just says, "So, you guys want to play?" As then he just summons out the other one and just transforms them both, like transforms that dagger back that gun into the dagger, switch it back to, and all of them come after him. He just runs right through all of them, just immediately just killing them all so easily. It was like in a flash, they couldn't even see him. And then he just says, "All right, let's get out of here. I only came here to escort you back to the gate, to the exit. I'm gonna take on the boss by myself." As Izuku's right behind them, just leading, protecting them from just protecting them back in the room. While Mirko and Razorhead trying to talk with him, he doesn't answer none of their questions. And then Mirko just asks a question: "Why are the gates opening for all of a sudden? This never happened in any year. So why is it only because of your quirk?" And he goes like, "I don't know. Maybe because no one had a quirk like me. Maybe my quirk affects the world itself, and it just bends to my whim. When it says I need to gain more experience in fighting or leveling up, it just appears, or I get what I need. I work with the system, and the system works with me. We both use each other to our advantage, basically." And that kind of, puts her in his eye. Goes, "What do you mean by system?" He was like, "Enough questions, Razorhead. Let's just go." As they get to the gate finally after 10 minutes of walking, but for some reason there's a weird energy field around it. As Izuku could already tell, he goes, "This must have been because of the boss. You idiots. he just looks at all of them, like the pro heroes, and like, is this kid really calling us idiots? He was like, I told you, you should have told, like, had a hero associating me, or something about this. You should just try to at least make an area just where I'm a vigilante, and yet when it comes to these, I'm automatically technically a hero because I'm the only one that can go into these dungeons and kill these monsters. Mirko, just getting angry. She goes, "What the big guy did ya?" As Izuku looks and goes like, "And here they are." As one comes forward and he tries to he starts growling and making noises, and they're talking in their language. As then all of a sudden, the spellcaster High Orc is like talking for him, like, "Human, come with me." As Izuku just says, "Fine, we'll come with you. Because if we don't, you're just gonna kill us all anyways." As the Orc just laughs, says, "You're smart." And Izuku just, tells everyone to follow. So, when they get to the boss room, they see all these High Orcs. And, like, everyone just, like, sees, like, the amount of them. As Izuku says to all of them, he goes like, this is enough to take down a small city. Small part of the city with ease. Man, this is the reason why I'm better at this than you guys. He was just like, they just looking for like, what? He's rubbing it in because they can't take it down. They were trying to fight the High Orcs. They could already tell it was pointless. They couldn't do no damage against them. It wasn't doing nothing. None of their like quirks. Like they had people with fire quirks and like electric quirk and ice quirk, even a shroom quirk, and nothing was happening. But then when Solo comes out of nowhere, boom, they're going down like flies. That's what they can tell. So all the other heroes already not into this. And then like Mirko and Razorhead, did talk about like them like planning to go in to attack him, and like he deactivates the quirk because Razorhead still thinks these monsters have quirks, because that's the whole entire premise of like the society that they have. They believe everything's a quirk. But and then like Mirko says, basically, all right, I'll go in as soon as afterwards. So basically what happens is, after talking, Izuku says, we're just here for your entertainment before you actually take your forces out and just try to kill everyone out there, right? As the wizard orc, the mage orc says, of course, my men need entertainment and will kill you off one by one for our amusement. As, Izuku says, that's great, and all, and then Mirko and Aizawa do take kind of like move a little closer to Izuku, so that way they could go forward. As then like the orc release some out of bloodlust that basically terrifies everyone, including Aizawa and Mirko. And then he just tells everyone, he says, enough games. All of you, get out of here now. As Mirko and Aizawa try to get the words out, but then Izuku just activates bloodlust. And he says, now. And they listen. They're just moving. Izuku says, I'm the only one that's gonna fight all of you and kill you all. So, let's get this started. He says, arise, my shadows. As they all come out. Well, I never got the Nomu. I'm never get the name from the Nomu. So the Nomu, I'm calling it. As Nomu, as Izuku like sees the Nomu, he's like, oh yeah, I never came up with a name for you. He was like, Zero. As the Nomu just nods and says, then the title Zero's on him in the name. Everyone sees this, and Izuku just says, alright, come at me. As like all the orcs, like the mage orc tells his men, attack! As like they all like go after the mage, like he then says he's just waiting for it. As then he says, time to use the skill I got, from the tower when I hit level 117. He says, dominating of the monarch, like domain of the monarch, which increases all of the attacks of his shadows by 50%. All the skills are up by 50%, basically. So yeah, and then he activates Iron Skin, which increases his defense. Now, I did not forget about that since I never said it. Oh, yeah. I did forget to mention, Izuku, even though I didn't say it, Izuku did use his explosion magic. So, that was when he was on the 4th, 5th, 6th floor. He did a lot of that. He increased it to be level 2 as it does more damage. So that's why he activated his Iron Skin, so that because it was doing a little bit of damage to his. Well, it wasn't causing no physical damage to it, but it was just, it was just doing some burn damage a little. So yeah. So all the orcs are going like, what the? As he just says, now this is gonna be fun. As just all the orcs are dying like crazy, like Igris does exactly what he does to the orcs. Heck, he slashes all of them. Tank, just smashes one of them. And Barak, just has his dagger, well, a version of his dagger, and just starts, slashing away. They move really quickly along with his Hyaki, his other Hyakis that has along with him, and the bears and the shadow minions. I mean the night shadows. And they're just dying like flies in this one. The lower ones are getting destroyed, but still, Izuku, the forces are his the orcs force, the high orcs force, mage forces are going down quickly. But Izuku's mana is being rapidly decreasing, and so what happens next is the high orc says, "Look at all your forces dropping like flies." And Izuku just looks and he goes "Yeah, but so are yours." He's like, "As long as your forces stay down, me and my generals can defeat you easily." Izuku says, "Sure, buddy, keep talking, because I got something that can easily help me out continuously." And Izuku grabs a potion, the mana potion, out of nowhere. As Dori goes, "What?" He goes, and then he just starts drinking it. And when he drinks it all, and then he says, "I don't want to fill up a mana potion, so I'm gonna have to end this very quickly. And let me show you the power of a necromancer to the fullest. Come forth." Yeah, he just, freak it. We're just saying, we're just saying come forth still. Yeah. As in all of a sudden, all the orcs that died, the high orcs that died, arise. And he goes, "No, what have you done to my men?" He was like, "Easy, I turned them into mine. And soon, as he points to him, you will be too." As he goes, "Impossible, unhuman." Basically, he's just getting mad. That high orc is getting mad, basically. I just do what I do, but so all the Igris, blocks, he basically dodges one of 2 orcs attacks with the knight generals, which the high orc tells him to go attack him, and which happens then they go at him, and well, what happens next is Igris dodges that attack, uses his sword to go, basically, goes upwards, grabs one of the daggers out of his pouch, stabs one guy's in the head like he did in the comic, and then blocks it, throws away, and blood sends the other guy flying, which then Tank comes out of nowhere and hits him with the axe, and basically, Barak just comes out of nowhere, coming out of nowhere, just slaying more of the forces easily. As Izuku says, "I'm nearly out of MP." Well, no, he says, "I'm almost near half my HP, my MP." This isn't be easy though. Izuku just walking over with basically the sword in hand and the dagger that he then switches into a gun in the other hand. And then the mage starts to do all this stat effect on him, which it doesn't work. He's able to nullify anything, including since he has longevity, nothing can happen to his life. So he goes, "No!" So he just starts, doing all his spells on himself, to make him grow bigger. And then like, hey, he then attacks his men that Izuku turned, and then like they do get destroyed. He did take out a lot of his MP. He was like, I'll end this quickly now. Izuku just runs forward for the dust and then jumps up and he goes, there's a problem with always being a really huge guy. Which then he does Vital Strike right into that orc's eye, and then basically he says, because you're just a bigger target. And this with the swords, and he just shoots the guy in the knees. And then he basically goes down, Zuko then just starts just doing sprint, go all around the guy, hit him with multiple slashes. He can cause a little bit of burn effect. As then like he gets the guy's network, the high orc swings down, and just like, I cannot be defeated by a human, scum! As then Izuku just looks at him and goes like, I already told you, you lost. You will lose to me. And now, as his high orcs that he had, like, Izuku did, like, the ones that he basically turned, they just start stabbing the guy, basically like in canon. I mean, not like in canon, in the manga, like they did. And then he just says, and now, arise. And since it's not a guild, he does take the items. It's just a couple of like crafted items and a higher ranking crafted item, which he finds out he was gonna need for the level 5 sword, Katana. But he's still saving it because he has enough to like level the katana up to, as it is changing to being a sword that someone mentioned. I'm not gonna say what. Katana that someone mentioned basically, and yeah. As then, everyone sees this, Izuku then basically, he basically turned him, and he is now, and he just says, what should I give you a name of? Tusk. As, he has him, and the high orcs, all of them. So yeah, now he's at a good capacity. He's about like a 99. So yeah, as all of them go into his shadow, Izuku walks over to the heroes and says, let's go. As they all walk out, feeling defeated by him, they see him as a power that they cannot comprehend. Aizawa and Mirko is kind of terrified. But unknown to Izuku, Mirko is starting to shrink down. Aizawa's knowing this, so he says, Mirko! As Izuku looks over, as Mirko turned younger, and he goes, wait a minute. Is anyone else is turning younger? As they were, as Mirko tried to get into the fight, I had to stop, had to bring her back. Right when the guy sent to the spell, she was collapsed on the ground and badly hurt. So as soon as I pulled her away, she was she wasn't. As then Izuku says, you stupid idiot, Mirko. She probably was one of the spells to have me turn myself into a younger self of me. She goes, what? So that means I'm, as she is, well, now 16. He goes, yep, you're a teenager again. Can't have fun with that. I'll try to find a way how to turn you back, though. Promise. If not, then have fun being a teenager. You got at least a couple more years on your life. She goes, hey, that's not funny. He goes, don't care. No, the ship is not Mirko. I did say I was going to have a age someone. I'm still going out with that route because, well, I'm trying to have Izuku now to become good with the heroes, but not be a hero. Still just have them don't freaking attack him when he's outside, gym patrols, no license, because he doesn't need one. So yeah, so they come out, and it's Aizawa, the C rank, the B rank heroes, A rank heroes, and it's Aizawa and Mirko. And then as soon as Aizawa, Mirko, comes out, and they were what happened? Izuku just says, spell, reverse aging, age her back. So she's a teenager again. Have fun with that. I'm out of here. Peace. Now he just say, I'm just out of here. See ya. And he just do stealth and just gets away. Mirko is saying, that stupid Solo! I hate him. I freaking hate him. She just stumped her feet on the ground. She wants to say, I want to punch him in the face. As Alice says, we saw what he did in there. That guy keeps on getting stronger. He seems so much stronger than last time. Do you really think you could take him on? And she goes, yes, of course. As I know, she's remembering the fight and what he can do. She goes, maybe. If I train, I could. So yeah. You know, she's a teenager, she's still the same old Mirko. So Izuku gets there, and like he gets back home out of his gear, and when he gets home, Inko, he says, "Mom, I'm home." And Izuku then like sees a shadow coming out, just like panicking, and Izuku runs over. He sees his mom collapse on the ground. He goes, "Mom!" You know, he like tries to see if she has a pulse. She does, and all of a sudden, like he just says, the shadow returns into him, like into his own, and then he just grabs him because he says, "Izuku." He says, "I know." And then he just runs. He jumps off of the building, like the door's open. He told me to grab the handle and just close it, which, well, she does. And he then like used dominator hand to like lock it. But he jumped off the floor, like hit the wall of the building, jumped down then, lands, and just runs to the nearest hospital to their doctor. In which that only took about like 30 minutes. And then he says, "My mom, like she collapsed on the floor, and I ran all the way here. Please help her." Their doctor like came. The doctor she saw, they get her in, and he's just there. He called up Mitsuki and Bakugo and his family. As they rushed over, and he's just like pacing back and forth. He's freaking out on the inside. Mika can see this. She's worried very badly. Then Bakugo, when Mitsuki comes over, she goes, "Izuku, what's wrong?" He explained everything, about like what happened. As soon as he got home, he told his mom he had to get something. He came back with a present for her, and she was just on the ground, collapsed, and he just got to the hospital as quickly as he could. And Mitsuki says, "But that's like a 30-minute drive. How are you able to?" He was like, "It doesn't matter. I'm freaking out, Aunt Mitsuki." Like his shaking. So basically, the doctors come out and he just said, it's because of the cancer, she passed out. But, we're gonna have to keep her here for a couple of days to make sure this doesn't happen again and start her treatment. Though, also. And Izuku goes, "How much would that be?" I was like, "A lot, kid. I know you're just young and you can't have a job yet, but, we'll try to figure out a way." And he goes, "But it depends on your that cure, that item, that cure you said you could find. If you could find it, then well, I will personally let you give it to your mother and, well, use it." As he nods and says, "Thank you, I will." As then Izuku then looks like doesn't even care no more. He just freaking activates the freaking he just starts crafting the gear, as then it just appears in his inventory. And he goes it's like the ring that has water effect that reduces fire, and then even the fire the cloak poncho that reduces most status most effects that would affect him fire and all elements. So yeah, he just says, "I'm leaving right now." As Mitsuki goes, "What do you mean?" He goes, "I don't have time to waste, Aunt Mitsuki. I'm not gonna let my mom die." And he just leaves. Bakugo had never seen Izuku this angry. And hold on. Okay, don't forget anything. Don't hear the sound. I did forget to mention. I forgot he leveled up, and oh my god, he leveled up by 2. So I'll add that into the stats and everything else. But Bakugo never seen Izuku that mad as when Izuku gets out of the hospital. He's just gone. Bakugo ran out to sea. He saw Izuku, and then all of a sudden he's just gone. As Bakugo just says, "The idiot. He's going headfirst to a battle that he may never come back alive from." But I can't blame him. If I was him, I would have done exactly the same thing. Just be alright. You freaking deku. And that's where I'm gonna leave it off, everyone. Hope you guys understand. I'm gonna make another part tonight because I am focusing on this series because I want to, and I wanna, just get into volume 2. So yeah. So anyways, bye everyone. Have a nice day and night wherever you are. Bye.